Hello everyone, Charles Walhingford back again with another cigar pairing, and today I have something that I want to call think special. Today I have the Flying Pig, the T52 Liga Privada, let me say it correctly, Drew Estate, Liga Privada, T52, and the Flying Pig. If you're not familiar with Liga Privada, you better ask somebody. And if you're not familiar with the Flying Pig, I'll get into that later, but it is a very stout, thick cigar. Along with my Liga Privada, we have the smooth Ambler Contradiction. This is a blended bourbon whiskey. This is something maybe 2 years ago I wouldn't touch. But now, knowing what I know now, this is exactly something I want to add to my repertoire and put another check in the box. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'll get back to you once this experience has matured. All right, I'll see you then. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with a fine, special, like I said, special pairing, and I'm really happy with how this turned out. This, right off the bat, I'll let you know, I give this a 95 pairing, and I'll talk about that in a second. Let's first talk about the cigar. The little cigar I have right now, the T52 Liga Privada. The wrapper is I'm not sure. I've been looking and finding what kind of wrapper this was. I'm getting mixed things, but it's a Habano wrapper. I think it's Nicaraguan. I'm not sure, but it's a Habano wrapper. The binder is a Brazilian mata, so something different for you. The filler is a Nicaraguan, Honduran, and Mexican. The strength is a medium full, so this might not be for some of you if you're a newbie. The size is a 4x60 Perfecto, aka the Flying Pig. This is a very stout little cigar, and it's not just small. Or how I want to say this. This is a slow burner. It is a very small cigar, but it lasts. It's still lasting. It lasts a long time. This has been about an hour in, and it's still going. It's kind of difficult to hold it. You might need some tools to hold it, but it's been going for quite a while, and I'm happy for how it turned out. The flavors are first of all, from the beginning, a very strong, hard black pepper blast. If you ever hear people say there's a pepper blast of black pepper, this is a great example on what a black pepper blast would be like. It then comes a sweet and creamy wood and espresso. This is very close to the Liga Privada number 9 in flavor, except it's not as much of a deep cocoa or chocolate involved in this blend that comes out in the notes. Oh, let me rewind a little bit. I didn't explain to you the score on this Liga Privada. I give it a 3.5 out of 5. I liked it a whole lot. And that makes it great for a pairing for a bourbon. It may be Kentucky straight bourbon, or if you know anything about bourbons, you can't call it Kentucky straight bourbon if it's not from Kentucky, maybe just a good bourbon. And let's go into the Smooth Ambler. Smooth Ambler Contradiction. It's called Contradiction because it kind of goes against what it actually is. It's a wheater and a blend of a high rye bourbon. So I don't really care for high rye bourbons, but once they put that wheater in there, it balances out great. I do like a little bit of rye, not a lot, just enough, and this gives me enough. Again, it is a straight bourbon. It's a bourbon blend. We're sourced. We have bourbon from West Virginia, Tennessee, and Indiana. There is a considerable amount of alcohol by volume. It's 46%, so I do like to add a little bit of water, just a couple drops, and that's what I did. I added a couple drops when I had this, because it's a little dense, not very dense, but it needs a little bit of water to open it up. Now, what are the flavors that come through? We have a dark burnt sugar or brown sugar, the typical candy corn. Again, like I said, there's a light rye and hints of bitter chocolate, vanilla, and oaky wood. The big thing about this is the lasting finish. It is an absolutely great lasting finish, and the score I give that is a 3. I give the Smooth Ambler a 3. Again, with the lasting finish, making for a very good pairing. That is what makes a pairing perfect. It's a perfect score of 95, but 95, if you know anything about what I do with my scoring, if it's a 95, it added a brand new flavor that wouldn't be present. It added a flavor or notes of, marshmallow, not just marshmallow, the toasted marshmallow flavor. And one would ask, like, you're smoking a cigar, you're going to have that smoke. Wouldn't that be present in pretty much every pairing? No. Simply put, no. It doesn't happen in every pairing, but it happened here, and that gave it its 95, because I wouldn't have had that flavor come through, those notes come through, if it wasn't for these two together. I've had these separate prior, was not apparent until I put these two together. So that what gives it its 95 score. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you like this review, this pairing. I hope this helped you out for your future choices in still aged spirits, future choices in a cigar, and a good pairing combination. If you're interested in seeing more of my videos, make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, please hit the like button. It really makes a difference. If you really liked it, you might as well share it. And if you have any suggestions or you have anything you want to add, please put something down in the comments below. I usually always respond to the comments if they're directed to me. And thank you so much for coming out here with me on this wonderful, unusually nice winter day. I'm Charles Walhingford, and the Smooth Ambler Contradiction and the Drew Estate Liga Privada T52 Flying Pig of how I spend my money.